Computer Solutions, and this is the continuation of the after party. It's Wine Wednesday, and it's in this iPhone season. I got the lovely ladies from Wine Wednesday in the building, and it's iPhone season, and I have all the fans in the building, iPhone fans in the building. All right, first up, let's get into it because we got a lot to talk about. I got the tech couple in the building. Sharif, hey, long time. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Yes. Scrumptious Kimmy is in the building. Hello, she's making history.
What's up, y'all? Oh gosh, phone's going off. See, I'm doing it, Eric. How y'all doing tonight?
And we have Catwoman in the building. What's up, everybody? And we got Emily D. Baker in the building. Hello.
Oh my God, you guys, I'm so excited.
Yes, yes, we're going to have a lot of talk.
I'm in a hotel, so my lighting is shit, but I'm so excited.
Yes. And we have Ashley in the building. Hey, Ashley.
Hey, you guys, what's up? I'm excited about the new launch. Can't wait.
Yes, yes, yes. And of course, we got everybody popping up in the building. All right. So let's get dead into this iPhone season. It's iPhone season, even though I'm wearing the Galaxy Note because I got to defend the Galaxy Note on this one.
Because you a hater a little bit?
Yeah, I'm a hater. I'm look easy computer solutions. Samsung is in the building, so I got to represent. All right, so it's iPhone season. The keynote address, ladies, has came and gone, and it was a lot of stuff that was talked about here. And let's dissect it from the rooter to the tutor. Let's talk about it raw. What y'all, all right, guys? Let's
I think we should start by everybody saying which phone they're thinking about getting.
All right, Sharif, what's going on? What you think?
XS Max. 100%.
The 64 gig or the 512?
Oh no, probably gonna stay right in the middle with the 256. That seems to be a sweet spot based on my current usage. 512 is, I don't know, it feels a little overkill. And it's a little expensive, so I think I'm going to stick with the 256 personally.
So what are you excited about? The size, or it has a 7nm processor in it? What's so exciting about this iPhone?
For me, getting back to a bigger form factor phone, I've had, the 6 Plus, the 7 Plus. I had all these huge phones, and then the iPhone 10. It's just so small. It is so much smaller in my hands. I'm actually looking forward to getting a much bigger phone again, because also the bigger phone comes with a bigger battery. I have not loved my 10's battery. So yes, and then that gorgeous new gold color. I know I'm talking about all the superficial stuff, but come on, it's so freaking pretty.
He asked what you're excited about. This is what we're excited about. I'm geeking.
Yes, yes.
It's gold, y'all.
It's gold, and to a lady, gold is gold. It's just like diamonds, right? It's the latest thing, and a woman will have gold. All right, all right. Let's get it to Ashley. Ashley, you saw the keynote address. What do you love about it? What is it about this iPhone that's got you?
And which one are you gonna get?
Well, I want the Max. I want the XMax one. I gotta get it because I have never had a Plus before, so I want a bigger screen. I do a lot of stuff with my phone, like I watch a lot of video footage and stuff like that. I want to prop my phone up, I want to cook dinner, and I want to watch TV on it, basically. Or I want to watch YouTube on it. And I'm excited about the Gold too, and I'm going to go with the 256 gigabyte one as well. I don't know why they made the 64. I'm like, what am I going to use the 64 for? I will fill that up in a hot second, so I'm going to go and stick with the middle.
Cool. All right. Emily.
Hi, guys. I'm going to be buying the XS Max in gold. Woo! I get why they made the 64 because, once again, this goes back to, like, my mom. My mom and dad with iCloud don't need more than a 64. They don't download a lot of movies. They don't a ton of 4K video. Like, the 64 works really well for normal people. We have to remember that we are oddballs. Like, we're strange. Average, like, person who watches some streaming video, takes pictures of their kids. The 64 is fine for them. I'm going to stick with the 256. I don't take that much 4K video that I need it. I like to offload stuff into my Dropbox. And that's where I pay for my storage in Dropbox and iCloud. So I really like to offload that stuff right away. I'm going to be getting a new Apple Watch the fucking second I can pre-order. I am getting a gold Milanese band. I am so excited about the Apple Watch. But we'll get there. I know we're talking phones right now, but my cart is going to be full of stuff.
Woo!
Can't wait.
Yes.
Right. Catwoman, what are you getting?
What are you getting, Catwoman?
I am going to get the XR 64 gig in coral. Yeah!
My cousin phone.
Videos on it.
That one looks nice. I like that one.
It does look nice.
I could do me emojis because I said from the very beginning that I'm gonna get the cheapest iPhone. Yep. All I wanted is 4 emojis, and the Apple gods have delivered. I'm so happy.
They're gonna do you right. Apple's gonna do you right. They heard that Samsung was doing you wrong, and they're like, "We got you, girl. We got you."
So I'm gonna be dipping my toes in with the XR, and then we'll go from there. You know, we'll see how if they put their paws on me. You know, we'll go from there.
They're gonna touch you right, and then you're gonna want the girthy one. You're gonna be like, "It feels small in my hand. I want it big."
Well, the Huawei, like I said before, the Huawei, this is a 6-inch, right? But with the XR, you know, it goes from up and down. This is bezel-less, basically. So, and I like this form factor. I can put it in my hands, and I can easily go up and down and everywhere. So, it's perfect for me.
Well. That's what.
Which one are you getting, Eric?
All right, so here's the thing about with me. I have my daughter. She probably saw the keynote address, so she's definitely going to want one, and she's probably going to want the Max because she got the A+. My wife, she's also an iPhone fan, so she's probably going to want they go get like my daughter probably going to want the 256. My wife go probably like the 64 gig. She's not techie, so it's no big deal for her. And I probably won't get no 512, so I'll probably get the 60. I'm not the 60. You know what? 64 for me too. I'm gonna tell you why, because I don't have a daily driver, so I go from phone to phone. So 64 would be good for me, long as it's Boss. And the gold, I don't know. I think I might go silver or maybe space gray. So, but the Max, definitely the Max. And the reason why is because I want to see a big iPhone with small bezels. I want to see how that 7nm processor with the A12 chip, that bionic chip, with all that stuff that they was doing at the keynote address. I want to see. The only thing that kind of upset me was, and we talked about it earlier, is that the 64 gigabyte at $1,000. That to me kind of like, nah, Apple, you can't do it. But found out today that it is a 120 hertz screen. So that is awesome. That is awesome. Now, we know Kimmy's not going to get an iPhone, so we didn't pass the buck to her.
But what did you think
I ain't gonna hate, though.
Do you think they're pretty? The screen's pretty.
That screen is pretty. That's a pretty screen. You see how big that phone is?
Wait a minute, you got a big, huge phone there. What you got there?
It's the Mi Max 3. It came
Mi
today.
Max 3. Yeah, look at that. Was it a 7-inch display or something?
6.9.
6.9.
That's like a tablet.
That is big.
It is a tablet.
That's big.
Hey. Can we shout out Total Tech giving us a hashtag size matters. Love that the ladies are going for the next. Little hands, big phone. We're ready for it.
Yes.
Ready for it. Pokemon is going to look so good on that fucking phone. That screen is beautiful.
All right, so
is it wrong that I'm excited about Pokemon on it?
You know Emily and her Pokemon.
Yeah.
I take that shit serious. Like, I'm almost level 40. Anyway, there's features. Can we talk? Do you guys want to talk camera? What features do we want to talk first? Like, there's so much.
Yes.
The bokeh.
Need the web.
Add the bokeh after. You can add it after. I love the software tricks. The camera looks beef, but I love the little software tricks. I'm telling you, portrait mode. I have a couple clients who are photographers, and every single one of them said portrait mode has diminished their business in portrait photography because people are just doing it themselves. You can now take beautiful headshots, beautiful shots of your kids with that beautiful bouquet in the back without buying it. When my kids were little, I would scream and I would like hyperventilate to try to get Christmas cards. And then I bought a $3,000 camera to get that same effect on my Canon 5D Mark III. Loved it. My iPhone does the same thing. Like my iPhone doesn't, it doesn't do it as fast as like a sports camera for shooting football, but for taking beautiful pictures of my friends and my family and myself, this phone already is amazing. I can't wait to see what happens with the new one. The camera looks amazing. Amazing. So what do you guys think? Do you guys love the portrait mode?
Yeah. I do. I love it. I can't wait to use the camera for like thumbnails and pictures for my Instagram. Like I'm ready.
That's what I'm talking about.
Me, I'm the one, you know, we have 2 kids, so I love it. We've, you know, we had the 10, so we've already played with some features. So I'm looking forward to seeing how much they've actually been able to enhance it over what was already on the phone. I know sometimes the edges were a little soft and a little blurry. It didn't always perfectly, you know, differentiate between the subject and the foreground versus, you know, everything else that it wants to do with the depth of field. So I'm really looking forward to seeing exactly how that's implemented and how them really enhancing the software will affect that. I'm excited. I'm optimistic.
But you know what I found, and with the XR, it does the bokeh effect also, right? It does everything that the dual camera does, and Apple's going to implement it in software. So that's going to be pretty good. Look,
I love that.
The only thing that I have to say when it comes to the bokeh, I'm happy that you guys have it. The only thing I didn't like was that Apple said that it has never been done before. It's not true. Huawei was the one who did it first, and then Samsung had it on the S8. So we have something that's called live focus. You take a picture, and then you can with the intensity of it. So I'm happy that you guys have it, but I just didn't like that they said that it's never been done before.
You know, Apple always invent everything first, right?
Yeah. We already had that.
Apple always say we done it first.
I think they were referring to something else, like more specific, not just the general feature. I mean, we definitely know that it has been implemented, or features like it have been implemented on other Android devices. But I think they were, I can't remember the exact thing he said, because I did hear that too, but I didn't hear it as we're the first ones to ever do this specific thing ever. I think that there was like some nuanced minutia that he was referring to, just so that they could still have the claim to fame to do it first. It's technically
word for word. He said it has never been done before on a camera. That's exactly what he said.
I'm gonna have to replay. I'm gonna have to replay.
So no, I figure he was just talking about whatever they call it. It's whatever they call it.
Exactly.
That is. So you can go into the camera roll. You can go into the camera roll. Yeah, you can go into the camera roll later and add it, which I think might be the nuance. Because in other cameras, you can adjust it right when you take the picture. But if it's not taken in that mode, you can't adjust it. This, no matter what you take, it sounded, I believe the way it worked is you can take the picture in whatever mode, go into the camera later and add it as almost like a filter effect, which I think was the nuance in it. No, not that you have to shoot it in a certain mode and then add it.
Yeah. No, that one you have to, it's the same thing. You have to shoot it in a certain mode.
All right, so
so you have to shoot it in a mode.
I have another question. All right, we've been hearing tons of rumors that Apple's going to do a whole lot of stuff at this keynote address. They didn't talk about a lot of stuff. I made a video yesterday about this. We've been hearing rumors for months about a new iPad. That didn't happen. Also with AirPods and the Air Station, this that didn't happen also.
The AirPad.
The AirPower. We didn't get that also. So I'm thinking that maybe Apple might be coming out with another event. Because isn't this supposed to be right? This is supposed to be their music event or something, right? So maybe they are coming out with another event.
They've done an October event before.
AirPods too.
Yeah, October events aren't uncommon.
Yeah.
Well, why did Apple implement pencil support on this phone? It's 6.5 inches. I was really anticipating on Apple really going after the Galaxy Note series with pencil support. A lot of people was like Corey was saying, no, Eric, no. He was right. But a rumor has it for months saying that Apple will do pencil support. I
didn't think they would either because it doesn't. The use case for that big pencil is not there. Like the ease of use is not there yet. With an iPad where you're sitting down at a desk or a table and you're using it, the use case is there. But your phone is meant to be pulled out of your pocket, used, and put away. The size and form of the Apple Pencil doesn't allow for that easy use case. It's not like you're going to just slide it out of the bottom of your phone and then do it. It's not Apple-y to do the Apple Pencil as it is today on the phone. And Steve Jobs hated styluses. You know, the fact that we have an Apple Pencil on an iPad is like, okay, that was taking a step. I wasn't sure we would even see that when we did. So, you know, I don't see the use case being easy, and Apple users would complain, but then I have to grab the pencil and the pencil has to be here and it has to be charged and I have to sync the pencil to the phone and then I have to sync the pencil to the other iPad. It's not a smooth use case yet with the current Apple Pencil. If they update the Apple Pencil on the iPad, I might reassess my stance, but until that Apple Pencil form changes, we're not going to see it on the iPhone.
But I do have another question about this. Apple iPhones has always been, as far as performance-wise, I never had any issue with performance as far as Apple product. I'm wondering why Apple's putting all this power in this phone, and they're really not doing anything like multitasking, or they don't have pencil support, or they're not really doing anything to utilize this A12 chip. The 7nm, I do understand on the Android side, but on the iOS side, it's just curious to me why. And you think Apple's going after the spec war? Because look, the A11 chip is still blowing the 845 out the window. So I'm just wondering, because all the applications in the App Store will run good on the iPhone SE. So it just be concerned that is Apple putting all this power in its device for something in the future, or I don't know what y'all thoughts about that, because I get confused about an A12 processor with 7nm. Why all the power?
I think Eric Drummond hit it right on the head. Also AR, but also to future-proof it. So this phone, I mean, imagine this phone was underpowered, and a year from now, iOS 13 comes out and it slows down your $1,300 phone. People would be screaming, Apple slowed down the phone. This phone's too expensive. So I think when you bump it, you really do give the longevity so that people can keep their phone for 3 years. I mean, I'm not going to, but other people might want to. And AR. I mean, how much time did they spend on those fucking AR games?
Exactly.
How much goddamn
both
time?
At WWDC and at the keynote today, they spent so much time talking about Metal and talking about ARKit and all the different capabilities of it. Maybe not every single app utilizes it, and maybe there are other functions that could also utilize it maybe better. Like other people have complained that it doesn't have multitasking, you can't do split screen, blah, 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 whatever. But I think that Emily hit it right on the head with future proofing. If I'm paying $1,449 plus tax plus Apple Care, if I'm paying upwards of $2,000 for a phone, it better still work with iOS 14 and 15 whenever they add some additional features. So I think that it maybe isn't for what's in the App Store and what's at market right now, but you'll be happy you have it 6 months from now or a year from now when app developers and all of the different things actually are able to take advantage of what is inside of that iPhone.
So somebody please give Android the memo, because I mean, listen, the phone's costing $1,500, and 2 years from now they're not gonna get no software updates. and that's a shame. And you know, when I heard that iOS is supporting the 5S, and we talk about 5-year 5S, and you can't even pull their Android device that's 5 years old that's probably running 5-year-old software. So that is a big, huge statement on how the Apple ecosystem has evolved way past the Android ecosystem when it comes down to supporting updates. Now, a lot of Android fans will say, well, easy, my phone working good, I ain't worried about updates. See, I hear that, and I disagree. I always disagree with people about software updates. I believe that software updates support to enhance the performance of the device, support to do bug fixes, and support to take care of the issues with the device for longevity. When they say, okay, you're not going to get software updates for a year or 2 years, or maybe that's it. That to me, that devalues the device, right?
And
Right.
So that's my biggest concern. And just look at the statistics. I mean, they barely got what 10% of devices that's running Android.
It's crazy. And you know what? It makes for a poor use for the app. I mean, you can't innovate as much. An app developer can't innovate as much when you've got to support how many different fractured versions of the operating system. I really think Apple gets some superior apps with better features because almost every Apple user is on the newest or just the one below it with the iOS updates because they're free and they're available to everybody. There's no reason to not update. I mean, yes, everybody might not want to update the day it comes out. Not everybody wants to run the beta, but within a month or two, practically everybody's using the newest iOS. And it gives app developers an edge to really, really hone in those awesome apps. And once again, Pokemon Go is going to look fucking bomb in the new AR.
Well, not even just Pokemon. I mean, Pokemon's great, don't get me wrong. But even that demo that they did of, what was it called, Home Court with the basketball. Like,
oh, yes, that was
how
sick.
cool was that?
That was so dope.
That was incredible.
Yeah,
I love seeing what people are going to innovate with the AR, like, and how much I work. A lot of my clients are personal trainers that now work on the web. Can you imagine having like a CrossFit form app or a yoga form app where AR used and shows you where your body is in space and how you could do yoga better, how you could do a squat better, just the ability for people to now work virtually. So you want to work with the best trainer for archery in the Ukraine. Well, you've got now an AR phone where maybe you can. I mean, I'm really excited to see it. More than just trying on glasses and makeup. I'm stoked.
All right, so
exciting.
Viper's yelling at me. Viper yelling at me.
Yeah, Viper. So I want to give a shout out to Viper, and actually, he got slapped on the wrist by Apple. Hey, listen, it happened to me. That's why I don't stream these events. They hit you with copyright fast, quick, in a hurry. I do not broadcast these events like I used to do like 2 years ago, because I've got slapped on the wrist with a couple of copyright infringements, so I don't do that anymore. You can't do it. They got them out there, man. They will hit you with a copyright strike.
Once they started streaming them themselves really accessibly, they started copyright striking people. Before that, they were letting channels do it all the time because they weren't streaming it. So they were letting other channels handle it. Now that they're streaming, I mean, they streamed it live on Twitter. They streamed it live on Apple.com. It used to be that you could only watch it from an Apple device.
Yeah.
So once they did that, they started copyright striking people.
So another question is that, okay, so do you think that since everybody, all the iPhone fans are excited about this iPhone, you think Apple really go make a ton of money on this? Because, you know, the profit margin on iPhones are extremely high. I mean, when it's like 60% over cost, I believe. But I do understand marketing and stuff like that. But you think that this is, because listen to the strategy that Apple is doing. The first two high-end phones will be ready this month. The peasant phone will be available close to the holiday season, which is a cheaper version. So it looks like Apple is going to slam it with the high-end version first for the third quarter. Well, I guess we in the third quarter. And then the fourth quarter, they go slam it with the cheapie just for the holidays. I think that's Apple's strategy right now. I think that's a win for them, because going into the holiday season, you got a $700 iPhone, bam, ready to go. I think look, it all depends. Now we're hearing that Samsung is gonna try to stop that. Samsung's supposed to be dropping a phone in November, October, called the Galaxy F or the Galaxy X, which is the foldable display. So it just may be Samsung trying to steal some of the thunder from Apple strategy. So I don't know. We have to wait and see. But I love competition. I love competitiveness because it takes in the United States, it takes the carriers to compete on who wants to sell what. So you see deals like buy one, get ones, $200 off here, $300 off here. So that's always a good thing. So yeah, I got a lot of questions coming in there, guys. Who want to answer some of the questions in the
Catwoman always keeps up on it so well.
Yeah, CJ was talking about how there was a live stream that portrayed themselves to be Apple, and there was like 34,000 people in there. I was in there. And it was on and popping, and there was so many people talking, and they did a great job. But then there was also another one that was showing the live stream from before, from last year, and it was like, come watch this live stream, subscribe to me, and I'll give you a free iPhone X.
Wow.
I hate it when people troll, but you know what?
Boozling everybody left and right.
Wow. You know what? The thing about it is you got people that does this because just think about it. We got 13,000 people on the live stream. That's money, man.
Yeah. When I was watching, I watched on both the website and on Twitter because I was back and forth on my device while at an event. I was trying not to be disrespectful to the speaker, so I had my hair down with my AirPods in and my phone like on my lap. I was like, I'm here for you.
That's how you got to do it.
On both, there were like 15,000 to 30,000 people watching on both different, on each stream. It was crazy. There's just so much interest, and it was leaked. Like, we knew there was going to be gold. We knew what it was going to look like. We basically knew what phones were coming out, and there was still that much interest. It's really incredible that there still is that much interest. Brian Tran just said they need a Gucci or Louis Vuitton iPhone for $3,000. Look, Vuitton sells like a $1,700 iPhone case, so that's as good as you're going to get.
Okay.
Somebody made it. You know what? Somebody made a comment earlier, said that we all talking about $1,500 to $1,600 phones. Are we missing something here? As far as, are we at this evolution of it's acceptable to pay almost $2,000 for a phone? Because somebody made a comment earlier about we just talking about it like it's no money. And I remember a couple of years ago, we've been talking about how prices are rising. Are we at the point that in 2019, we will start seeing $2,000 phones?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. But what I respect about Apple and other manufacturers is there are still good phones not at that price point. Like, there are still good phones not at that price point. The fact that Apple put in so much into their lower price point phone and gave it the ability to do, I was worried the lower price one wasn't going to do Animoji. And this is the other thing I was thinking about the processor bump, is they're now allowing you to use your Animoji avatar in FaceTime. I imagine that takes some processing power to do that in FaceTime. And they're adding in the FaceTime group chat. So now you're doing things that have a good experience. Like, you can group chat and FaceTime and everybody can have their fake avatar faces on. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
It's going to be amazing. Catwoman, we'll do a video. We'll do a video on FaceTime with our emoji faces. It's going to be great.
So you didn't use the beta at all, Emily?
I did use the beta. I love it.
Wasn't it so cool?
It's so cool. But those are some of the things that are using processing power. But a few years ago, Apple would have left that on their highest end phones, right? When the Apple iPhone 10 came out, this is the only one you can do Animoji on, or AR Animoji on. So now that it's coming across the line, I love seeing those little bumps, and I love that they're still bringing a lot of the features that drive consumers. Let's be honest, people. Consumers are driven by Animoji, colors, camera. speed. Like that's what drives consumers, not specs. It's
they even have wireless charging on the XR. Wireless charging! I was surprised and happy.
They made it a great phone. They made it a great phone. It is a different form factor and a lower price point, but they made it a great phone. It's not like the throwaway one. And I love that we're seeing that. So yeah, we're gonna get $2,000 phones, but yeah, we're also still gonna get $600-700 phones.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I hope somebody give a Samsung the memo because, well, I mean, Samsung has a lot of different. They got the J series of devices that's really like $200 and $300. They got different.
But devices. They don't update them.
Yeah, they don't update them. That's.
I mean, you get. Catwoman's going to buy a phone that she can use for 3 years if she wants to. It's going to update to all the iOSs. It's still going to be great. Maybe it'll slow down a little, but
let's be real. Catwoman ain't keeping no phone 3 years.
Oh, no, she's not. But her daughter might.
I have
let's be real.
Over 3 years old.
You're using them? You're using them as a daily driver?
No, not as a daily driver.
Okay.
Exactly.
But I have
my point.
It's there.
I got old phones. I got phones from when I was with Sprint, but that doesn't mean anything. I don't use them. Yeah.
But it's not your main phone.
It's not my main phone.
Exactly.
Okay, that's my point.
I don't have my main phone if I wanted to.
Okay, so
I don't know how it works in everyone else's house, but this is the phone that's going to be my husband's phone next year. So I need this phone to last long enough so that he still has a good experience so he doesn't get mad at me for buying a new phone every year. Like I need to be able to hand me down my tech and then it goes to my husband and then it'll go to my kid. So I need my phone to last 4 years because it's going to go through 3 different family members because I'm not always going to buy a new one. Well, I'm always going to buy a new one. They don't always get a new one.
So let me ask you a question, y'all. I'm being devil's advocate because I'm the Android user here, right? Mm-hmm. I'm playing devil's advocate. I know. Yeah, my Apple Watch is gone.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I broke my Apple Watch. So
how did you break it?
The whole thing came apart.
Yeah,
like the screen, sprung off of it.
Yeah.
Wild.
Yeah. So I'm anticipating on getting the Apple Watch 4 because hey, when mine broke, hey, it is what it is. I got to get the new one. But I'm saying this being devil's advocate. Is it fair that now we're seeing $2,000 phones? I mean, people say you got to give up blood, you got to sell a part of a kidney, you got to work like super extra hours, you can't pay your car note, your house mortgage, and all that shit just to get a phone. So, is it fair that we're getting phones like the Galaxy Note 9 that cost $1,500, well, $1,300, and now we got an iPhone after taxes, after Apple Care. For the 512 gigabyte version, it could be $2,000. Let's call it how it is. It's $2,000 after Apple Care. So is it fair, right? I mean, I'm going to get it, right? Because throughout my life, I worked hard and I gained what I need to do. But man, are we living in a different era now? I mean, I don't know. I thought about this.
You don't have to buy the $2,000 phone. If you can't afford a $2,000 phone, don't buy the $2,000 phone. There are other options. There are other phones. Apple have 5 iPhones in their lineup that you can purchase if you want an iPhone. If you don't have a Lamborghini budget, don't complain because people make Lamborghinis. Go ahead and buy yourself a Kia and be happy with what you can afford. I don't think that you can blame someone for making something at the top end. If people can afford what's at the top end and you can afford what you can afford, that's fine. We're all where we are in life, but you can't, I don't know. I think it's odd to say it's not fair that this phone costs $1,500 because you don't have to buy it. There are literally 4 other phones that you can buy. And that's even the most expensive version of the most expensive phone.
And you know what? The reason why I say that is because I get tons of comments. Oh my God, on my YouTube channel. When you talk about Galaxy phones, when you talk about iPhones, I get hundreds and hundreds of comments. It's too expensive. It's too high. The Apple is crazy. Samsung is crazy. People are stupid for buying this. People are stupid for buying it. Listen, these are the comments that I have to I read these comments.
You can't afford.
Exactly.
You have phones in the same price range. Look,
Exactly.
you're not entitled to a cell phone. No one said cell phone is an absolute need. Like, and actually, if you do need one, you can still get a government issued cell phone, right? So it frustrates me when people are like, you make expensive stuff and I can't buy it. Look, don't. Go drive some Uber. You really want a new iPhone? Go drive some Uber. Go drive some Uber and buy a phone. Like there is no end of ways to make money in this world right now. You can make money online. You do not have to sell a kidney or blood. Give some drunk people a ride home for a couple days. Jesus. There are so many ways to make money. So if you're not happy in your job and they don't pay you enough, go work somewhere else. Work remotely for someone else. I mean, most of the entrepreneurs I work with hire other people to do work. I have VAs that are my clients that make a couple $100,000 a year. You know, if you want to buy that phone and you're going to start running a business from it, buy the phone or business from it. Don't buy a laptop and you're set.
Yeah,
people.
I agree with you 100%. As a matter of fact, I made a video about this, and my whole thing is this: if you got the means and the cash to buy it. Don't complain about, and don't go hard on people that buy it and be happy about it. I say this a lot in the video, and I make a lot of comments about this because I leave a lot of comments to people that are always insulting. I call it insulting other people that buy it. Like people say, well, you stupid for buying a Galaxy Note 9. Why? If you got the means and the money to buy it and you want it, buy it. A lot of people get this notation that if everybody stopped buying Apple product and Samsung product, they will lower their prices. That will never happen, folks.
No. You know what? You know what's kind of weird to me is like prices in phones have been going up for years, but there's always people complaining. Like people were complaining 5 years ago about phone prices. So it's like everybody said, if you got it, buy it. If you don't got it, who cares?
Exactly.
Get what you can afford.
Exactly. Don't prioritize an iPhone XS Max over paying your rent or getting your kids diapers. You know what I mean? It's not that serious.
Like, you know what? Like,
Can't
be like, hey, baby, hold on.
Can I blame somebody for these high prices?
Who you blaming?
Who you blaming?
I blame the ambulance chasers. The ones who get the phone, BOGO, or got the phones when they were cheap, right? And then said to their insurance company, oh, I lost my phone. Then they got another free phone, right? And then they sell that phone or they give it to somebody else or whatever. I think that is one of the reasons why the prices also went up.
I'm gonna tell you this. Typically, Apple doesn't do BOGOs. That's a Samsung thing.
No, I know. I'm saying I think that's one of the reasons why everyone's prices are going up. Because when they were cheap and their margins weren't as high, people were being ambulance chasers. And they were doing false claims and stuff like that. Okay.
But that things have changed though, because they still lock the phones down. I mean, the phones is locked. Do you buy a phone from AT&T unless you know how to unlock it? I mean, they got services.
But I think another, like, aside from the phones being locked down and all that stuff, having the phones cost a little bit more would also make you treat your stuff better.
I mean, I don't know. That's true. I just think that people take a lot of stuff for granted. I talked to somebody from Canada. Remember when we had the live stream, and they talked about like how in Canada the iPhone was $17.99.
And they have to pay outright. They don't have.
They got to pay it outright. And then overseas in India, right? They were saying that the phone was like $1,900. And they don't have what we have now. And look, in the United States, we have this financing, we have this device payment plans and stuff like that. I mean, 9 times out of 10, most people that's getting this iPhone, they're going to go to an AT&T store with about $100, and they're going to pay $100. They're going to get the phone, pay $50 a month for 2 years, basically. Most people that's out of the country, they got to fork up that type of money to get the device. And you know, that's why people complain about it. Us in the United States, we don't complain about it because, I mean, God, for God's sakes, I mean, for real, let's be real. anybody that bought the Galaxy Note 9 for $1,000, if you got it on a carrier, I mean, they had so many deals going on if you got it on the carrier, because I mean, they had $300 off. I mean, they was giving you $450 off if you had a old phone sitting around your house or something like that. Yep. So in the United States, we got all kinds of different types of deals that enticed you to get the phones, you know. So I don't know.
Well, to Catwoman's point about the theft, one of the things, I don't even know if they said it in the keynote, but did you see the Apple Care Plus with theft protection or with replacement for if your phone is lost or stolen? Did you guys see they added that option on?
Oh, I didn't.
Oh, yeah, it's like a more expensive, I don't remember the exact prices, we were talking about it in another group chat, but it's like a more expensive Apple Care Plus option that will allow you to replace your whole device if it's lost or stolen. So I think that that's kind of Apple kind of getting into the game, like to your point, to kind of help stop that kind of theft and manipulation. That's already a thing with, you know, that activation lock, and you can't really use the phone. If you steal someone's phone and they have it locked, I mean, what are you doing with it? It's a brick. So I think that that's probably going to play into that as well, maybe kind of help put a stop to some of that kind of fraud. I don't think they said anything about it in the press conference.
And Apple doing eSIM when they come out, though. You just wait a year or wait a few months and the price will go down. You don't have to get it right when it comes out. It's just that because we are reviewers and, you know, we want to get it as soon as it comes out. But, you know, it's okay to wait until the price drops.
That's true for Samsung, but that's not true for Apple.
I iPhone don't really drop until the next iPhone comes out.
Drop until the next phone comes out. You got to wait a year.
Yeah.
Occasionally, you'll get a gift card.
Did you guys see the 8? I think it's reasonably priced now.
No, but it drops in the year. It's not a few months. Exactly. It drops at the new release of the new phone.
Wait a year if you're Apple.
Yeah, wait a year. And then, Android. Yeah. If you buy it from Target, they always run specials where you get like iTunes gift cards and specials back. So different retailers will have some different incentives, but they're never more than about $150. So,
well, here's the thing. In 2019, we're going to get a complete shift in the way technology is. We're going to foldable displays in next year. So I think the TikTok cycle is over with this year. Next year, we get new designs, we get foldable displays, we get 4K displays, we get 5G networks. So if you want to pass on the iPhone this year, it may be a good thing because next year, you're seeing a whole ecosystem changing with technology. In 2019, folks, we go into a complete different shift of technology. We go into a higher end foldable displays. We going into a 5G network. We get phones with 5 cameras on the rear. So we're going to see a paradigm in the technology in the next couple of months. It's going to be.
Are you saying phones are going to have cameras out the ass?
Well, we see that the Mate 20 has 4 cameras, but 4 cameras on the rear.
I thought it was 3.
3 cameras on the rear.
One's the flash, right?
Yeah, the flash. So it's got 3 cameras on the rear. So that's what we're going to see.
Had 3.
That's a lot.
P20
How many does your penis phone have, Timmy? And it's 4. Does your the penis have 4? 3? All right, 3 and a flash, and then the fingerprint. It's a lot of stuff going on in the back of that phone.
That was a lot.
Flash in the circle, though.
Yeah, and the Nokia phone, we saw some rumors of the new Nokia phone with like 5 or 6 cameras on the rear.
Yeah, and they're gonna have the fingerprint sensor in display.
And a display. So say bye-bye to DSLRs.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Hey, look,
I think some of the land ones, but
hey, I beg to differ. Listen, I run my whole YouTube channel on smartphones. Well, except editing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's still a lot of things that, granted, smartphone cameras, you know, Samsung and Apple, a ton of them. Most higher end smartphone cameras are excellent, but they're not going to replace a $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 professional camera.
No.
They're going to start eating up that $600 range of like the Canon,
right,
and then those kinds of things. And those complaints I'm getting is the people who stream and like those cameras. iPhones take better pictures, iPhones take better video, and iPhone has a mic jack. So some of those lower end DSLRs don't have mic jack. Yes, you can change out the lenses, but you're not going to need, you know, it depends on what you need. If my kid wanted a camera to film stuff, just a break.
Oh, you broke up there. You got to say it again.
I'm hotel Wi-Fi. Sorry.
We get to the point, but I agree with you, Sharif, that the DSLR is not going away for professionals. But I'm talking about just say, you know, for non-professional people, like they want to take good pictures or something like that. You're not buying the bulky camera to keep around with you. You got a cell phone with. That's for sure. I just want to make sure, because I don't want people in the comments saying that, oh, easy, your DSLR, you're crazy. No, you know,
you're not doing wedding photography on an iPhone. Like, that's not happening.
I forgot that I got to watch what I say. I really do.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. Between the iPhones that me, Charisse, Emily, Ashley, and Eric are going to get, we're going to be able to start a TV channel. We're going to start a production company. Watch out. Oh, network, we're coming for you.
Hey, so somebody's eating. You got to behave yourself, Eden. He asked me what's my daily driver. Now, if you watch my videos, Eden, I keep saying this over and over. I do not have a daily driver.
I didn't have one.
I don't have a daily driver. I say this a lot on my videos. I literally just pick up phones. Like, it all depends on the day. I got a review unit, so I got to keep that with me because I want to give an honest review. But I always pick up phones at will. It's no big deal to me. I think most of the phones are good anyway, so I don't have no problem with a lot of phones, man. You know, 2018, you don't see a big. You don't see, or just if you get a Galaxy S9, or if you got even the Galaxy S8 or Galaxy Note 8 or iPhone 8, it's like you don't see no difference in those phones anymore. I mean, they're all good. They all got pretty decent battery life. They're all pretty fast. So we are at an age right now that it's not even about certain things anymore. It's like what you like, what phone you like. I like pretty phones. I like good build quality. So if I'm getting G'd up about to go to happy hour, which I haven't done that in a while because I've been working my ass off. So when I get ready to go to happy hour, I know exactly what kind of phone I'm gonna pick. It's gonna be a pretty phone. That's it. It's got to be beautiful. So Note 9 or Galaxy S8 or iPhone 8, I have to have the Ray or the iPhone 10. Those are gonna be my choice phones that I'm gonna pick.
How do you feel about?
Hey,
how do you feel about the
Emily?
phone?
Oh, what did she say?
I don't know.
Type it in.
She asked, "What do you think about the gold phone?"
The gold.
I do like
phone?
the color. I like the color.
Phone is pretty.
It's so pretty. I love it. I want it.
Shout out to Will.
The first time Apple doesn't come out with a rose gold. The first, and it's when I'm buying an iPhone. The first.
I mean, I'm not mad. I'm not
really pretty.
The gold looks really nice, and I'm not mad at not having the rose gold. I had the rose gold 6, and it don't matter.
Well, Will put a super chat in. He asked a question about the HomePod Mini. Apple didn't talk about it. It's not HomePod Mini. It's not here. I don't know. I mean, I think Apple ought to come out with a HomePod Mini. But I mean, they got the Max. Yeah.
I don't know. I like it. I think it's. I mean, there's literally one right there. We have like 4 or 5 HomePods at this point. I think the size is good. I don't know. I mean, maybe other people want a smaller form factor. I can see that for the lower price point and to be more competitive with other brands. But I think the HomePod's kind of perfect as it is. Oh, thanks, babe.
Fill her up.
Ooh, that's I'm sorry. You already know. You already know.
Yeah. Like, bam.
She's out of diesel. Fill her up. Hey, so I mean, look, a lot of people say that, hey, look, we got to give Apple its fame, right? A lot of people, well, everybody talk about iPhones. Well, it's iPhone season, folks. Just like the Galaxy Note 9, we gave it a whole 2-3 weeks, nothing but Galaxy Note 9. It's over. Now the shift. And then come next month, we get the Pixel. I don't know if it's not going to be too much hype about a Pixel. I think we're going to skip over the Pixel and maybe get ready for the Galaxy F. I don't think the Pixel going to be
I'm going to be hype about the Mate 20 when the Mate 20 comes out.
Well, yeah. Mate 20. I don't like the back of I don't like the back of the Mate 20. I don't like that. That to me, see, when I look at beauty and craftsmanship,
you like the phone, you like the camera over to the side, don't you?
Well, no, it's on.
He wants it to look like a deck.
Y'all gonna get all off my phone now.
I mean, I like a company. Don't get me wrong. The Mate 20 looks like something that they're going out of the box. Like, hey, we're going to try something. Even if it don't work, we're going to try it anyway. I applaud them for that. Mm-hmm. But I look at beautiful, a classical device. And that Mate 20 does not look classical to me. I just can't see myself with that phone looking behind it. It looked worse than the Pixel. I mean, it just, I don't know. I mean, oh my God, a Pixel, I probably would never carry that device. That phone is so ugly. It's been ugly since the first Pixel.
That's how you really feel, Eric.
That phone. Look, I went hard on the first Pixel, and I did not buy the second Pixel because the first Pixel was a nightmare to me. And I made videos about this because everybody hyped the Pixel camera up. And I took that Pixel camera and I made a video about this on a trip. I went on a cruise. And the Pixel fell apart in low light. It was terrible in low light. But everybody hyped the Pixel camera up. The first Pixel, by the way. And it was not only was it an ugly phone, the low light was terrible. So
you talk about the Pixel, man. You thought you have a vendetta.
No, it's don't get me wrong. I like stock Android, but I look at a company like Google. You got the money and you got the people that's supposed to be putting your brain together to give us a classy device. You got a phone like a Motorola G6 that costs $200. That is a classy, beautiful phone. A beautiful phone. And you mean to tell me I'm gonna pay $1,000 for a fucking Pixel and this phone looks worse as dog shit? You gotta be kidding me. And that's my point. I mean, look, it just somebody don't know about designing. Maybe they need to go to college and get some interns, designers from somebody on how to design a phone. That's all I'm saying.
Tell me how you really feel.
Seriously.
I mean, because the rumor has it when we're looking at the Pixel 3, you got to be kidding me. That's probably going to be the ugly duckly phone of the year. I mean, you got to be kidding me here. Because I look at you mean to tell me, I think the engineers need to, the design team need to get from behind the cubicles and need to get out and go have a few drinks and talk about, hey, listen, let's look at the bar and see what's on the bar. What would you see on the bar? iPhones, Galaxies. Look how pretty they are. Can we make a phone look like this?
So it's like when somebody introduced you and say, hey, I got this girl I want to hook you up with. And you say, well, how does she look? And they say, she's real nice.
Yeah,
she's real nice.
And she look like
she's a sweet girl.
Right.
She's really nice. She's smart.
She's smart.
She's funny.
And then when you look at it, she look like fucking Esther.
You're so wrong for that, man.
I mean, come on, man.
Dang.
I mean, but they might say, well, she got inner beauty, right? I mean, it's stock Android, so it's inner beauty. But no, it's supposed to be the whole package. That's what we spending $1,000 for it.
Whew.
Man. Right. Oh my God. So I know this is a little bit off topic, but 10-Minute Tech Review said that his little brother is in the stream. I hope he's not too little, but he does have his own channel. and he does anime, and it's called. He was just on there. He hasn't said anything since hi. He said his name is CJ Production. Hello, CJ Production. I like anime, so I'll be checking out your channel.
So if y'all are new to the YouTube channel, welcome. We do Wine Wednesdays every Wednesday night, Wine Wednesday. And if you're new, hit the subscribe button. Also subscribe to everybody here. We're going to put the links down in the description.
Yes,
so check out everybody's YouTube channel and check them out and subscribe to them and, show them some love. Just like y'all showing me some love. Thank you.
Yes, there are 72 people in here right now. Please hit the thumbs up.
Woo! 72 people. Thank you very much. And look, one of the things that I do want to say, if you are new to the YouTube channel, it's no fluff, no passes here, right? We dig down deep dirty into a phone. We don't give it a pass. It don't matter whether that's an iPhone or a Galaxy phone. It doesn't matter what kind of device it is, whether that's a tablet or a big screen TV. It don't even matter. If it's something that's we agree to disagree about, we have a debate and discussion about it. So that's why y'all guys might see the difference between Esther and Beyonce.
Oh boy. You gonna really read it?
Okay. Look,
you gonna read that? She just gave the disclaimer that little brother CJ's in here.
Yeah, and you gonna read it.
I ain't gonna read. I stopped. Look, I was reading.
You ain't right.
And I stopped as soon as I got to that part. So everybody in the building can read that, but I'm not gonna read that because we try to say PG. I don't know. It goes off the rail and Wine Wednesday. So I don't know. We always try to give a disclaimer.
Man.
Oh boy, this is so funny.
We drinking wine, so it's 21 and up, y'all.
21 and up. We're drinking wine. Is it 21? Let's see. The Pixel phone have a good design. Better than the flea market Motorola. Hey, wait a minute. No.
I'm fighting for you.
No. Sean,
go, Eric. Go.
Come on, Sean. You can't tell me that the Pixel look better than a Motorola phone. Have you looked at the Motorola X4, the Motorola G6, the Motor X Z3? Those phones are gorgeous, man. I mean, all glass design, beautiful. It's beautiful design and devices, thin, very thin devices.
You guys, I think we lost Emily for good.
Oh yeah, she said it. She said something in the chat. She said her Wi-Fi just died out.
Oh God. Yes, 504 in the building. 504 in the building. Yes.
Thank you, Savage Scientist. He said, "Hey, do you need a New Orleans Savage moderator?"
Yes.
You outnumbered here.
Yes. No. Look, anybody from the NO. Hey, look. Thank you. Woo! Oh, shout out the Total Tech in the building. Super Chat is wide open. If y'all guys support the cause, y'all support what's going on here on this channel, support everything we doing. Super Chat is wide open. Thank you very much.
He said, "Salute Gary Brown. Gives does it suck a new meaning." Woo!
But you know what? He right on that essence, right? I mean, you have Esther that will do 8 hours, and Beyonce will not do 8 hours.
Hashtag 8 hours.
Hashtag 8 hours.
Putting in work.
Yeah.
A whole new meaning to DSL.
Oh, wow.
It must be 10 o'clock.
Are we going to talk about the watch now?
Yes. Let's talk about the watch.
I have to ask, Eric.
Yes.
Are you going to do a fall test?
No, because I
want to see you bust your ass.
Yeah, if I drink this all night, then I might fall. Then they will be calling 911 on me.
For real?
Yeah, you just want to see if they're gonna call the police.
Yeah. Mommy.
I ate my food. Okay, Mommy, that's the speaker. Oh, that's cool. Again.
So she's
so proud.
Yeah.
So sweet.
Sorry. Close the door, boo. Close the door. Close the door, boo. Okay. Thank you. That's my baby.
Yes, nothing wrong with that. Hey,
You're so happy she ate her fruits. She's like, hey.
Yes, that's what
Everybody went from 100 to 0. We're like, oh.
That's what I'm talking about. Like, but I mean, at the end of the day, I think Apple did what they had to do. I was disappointed at a few different aspects of it. 64 gigs is definitely something that is laughable. The iPad, we waiting, so we guess we're gonna get another event for that. The AirPods, I'm waiting on new AirPods. So we probably gonna get that all in the same event. Hey, if Apple have another event next month, they're gonna knock it out of the park. I mean, because they're gonna be competing with Samsung at that point. Because Samsung got an event coming up too. Then we have, the Pixel event is irrelevant, but we got a Razer Phone Part 2 coming out. So that's going to be another event. And then we got the Mate 20. So we got some hot shit coming up in the next next 2 months. Get your popcorn ready, your pocketbook ready, because it's on.
I'm being sensible with Mr. Catwoman's pockets. I know he wants me to get the XS Max, but I'm like, no, I don't need it. I don't need it.
He don't want you with the peasant. He don't want you with the peasant phone.
Hey, peasant power. Peasant power.
No, I'm gonna tell you how us guys feel. He feel that why get the peasant phone? I might as well just spend a little more money and get the real deal.
He want his woman to have the best.
Right, and that's the whole thing. You go get the peasant phone or you go get the real deal. Because I mean,
the fact that you keep calling it the peasant phone.
That's
the nickname.
Harder for that one.
That's the nickname.
He was like peasant power.
Yeah, peasant power. So the peasant phone, nobody don't want the peasant phone, so they gonna all get the real deal.
You know? Who am I? Nobody. It's perfect.
Then subscribe to Scrumptious Kimmy. She don't have a YouTube channel. Hold on. He must be drinking.
It is Wine Wednesday.
Yeah, it is Wine Wednesday. And I'm thinking that maybe Scrumptious might have a YouTube channel. I mean,
No, there's one video I put up years ago. It's not.
You have one very
old.
You
got one video?
Yeah, it's like from 2013 or something. Yeah, it's old as hell.
Do you show your feet in that video?
No, my feet are not in that video.
Oh.
You saw my feet in person, though. Why are you tripping?
I just want to know if you've shown it to anybody else. I don't know if you showed it to all of your web wives.
Nah, just you.
Let's see. It's not really a peasant phone for $750. I agree with you.
Yeah,
it's not a peasant phone. It's not for $750.
My VMAX is a peasant phone, but I love it.
Peasant power.
But a name like that, I'll subscribe anyway. Kimmy.
Kimmy got a fan over here. Kimmy better go ahead and make a channel.
Careful, TK's in the building.
I do not have a channel on Pornhub.
Oh my.
Oh wow. Oh.
Well, we know what you be doing, Timothy.
Well, on that note,
we know what Timothy be doing.
On stuff I don't know.
Where is Zebo? Bebo.
Jibo.
I've been trying to set this phone up, so I left Jibo upstairs.
Oh. Kind of catch these hands. That's total tech. I seen you put that hashtag on Twitter. I think you put that hashtag on Twitter. He must be a wrestling fan. Got to catch them hands. Yeah, Braun Strowman. Got to catch them hands. How often does group meeting? What's that?
Meet every Wednesday.
Every Wednesday.
Every Wednesday. We do this
Same
every
bat
Wednesday.
time. Same bat channel.
That's right. Same bat chime, same bat channel. So every Wednesday, we hear live and effect. We have fun, and most of the fun we have is from the comments.
Yeah,
comments is the one that make Wine Wednesday real, because y'all go hard and y'all go in, and we allow it. Now, I got pissed off earlier on my other stream because
you did.
One clown came in there and insulted us. Right? He you know, I mean, listen, I don't play that with people that come in the streams that never watch my channel, never watch the channel. And I get this all the time. They never watch the channel, but they put a comment without putting their research in. And it annoys me when people do that.
What they say?
We was talking about the 512 gigabyte, and he called us out our name.
He called us an idiot.
Called us idiots.
Oh.
Why?
It's like, you idiots! Don't you guys know the 512 is for the 4K?
For 4K.
You gotta be kidding me, but that freaking went off.
Well, I do a ton of 4K videos. I do 4K. Right. That's what my phone is set to, and I still haven't even filled my 256. So no. And
that's the thing. I mean, I got 64 gig phones, and I can do 4K all day long. And once it get uploaded to the cloud, I delete it off my phone.
Exactly.
So by him making that comment, that was not only did he didn't think, but he insulted the whole team. And I get offensive at that, because we work hard. We try to do what we got to do here. And for somebody that never been here before, put a stupid comment and then insult the group, yeah, you go get it.
And he told him. He told him like he could take that comment.
Let's see. Easy. Somebody say easy. That's my.
I'm happy to have a blue bubble soon.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Yay, blue bubble.
Honestly, I'm not.
You can text me now. You know, you can text me.
That's what I was gonna say. Y'all are just gonna call me an elitist, but I don't respond if it's green.
See.
The blue bubble. The blue bubble. So all right. So I get this blue bubble thing, and
she didn't even respond to her own husband.
All right, she don't respond to her husband.
Call me. I say call me.
And so he got a Galaxy phone, and so don't he have like two phones? He got an iPhone and a Galaxy phone. So when he texts you, got the text.
No, he just has a Galaxy.
So he can't text you at all. He got to call you.
He texts me. I see it, but I mean, call me. That's all I gotta say. Just call me. I don't have patience.
No, because then the green messages come through, right? And it'd be like 6 messages to say 160 characters. I don't understand. It's so ridiculous. I can't. No.
I don't have time. It's hard to decipher like what somebody's talking about sometimes with the green bubble. And if I'm reading the text, I'm on the go. So it's kind of like I just don't have time. You can just hit me up. You call me. I'll answer if you are an important person. But if you're not really somebody that I want to talk to day to day, then you're just going to have to wait until I call you back.
But you got to make an exception for your husband, though, right?
I do. We talk all the time on the phone. We do. It's just a text message thing. But, you know, my husband is not a texter. Like, when he texts, it's really slow. So, like, he'll text me, like, a few words here and there, but that's it. We mainly just, like, stay on the phone with each other when he's, like, on a route or something. But for my other friends who have green bubbles, like, I just let them text me and I let it load. And then I go look at it later and then I respond.
I feel you. We're speaking the same language. I get it.
Yes.
If nobody else here gets it, I get you.
Thank you.
But you know what? Android users that's making these comments in, they say, why ignore people with the green and blue bubble? It don't make no sense, stuff like that. But you're an iPhone user, and I'm gonna tell you, my daughter do the same thing. She said, Daddy, don't text me on your Android phone, text me on the iPhone. I'm telling you, I know firsthand about this. So what about the green and blue bubble? At first I thought that's insane. But iPhone users, they are deep into this blue bubble thing. Blue. If it's not blue, I don't answer.
Yeah.
Catwoman, you better not ever ignore my text, okay?
Of course not, baby. I love you. Blue bubble, green bubble, pink bubble.
but I know that I do have problems with when I do switch SIM cards a lot in like iPhones and in my Android phones. That if the person that got an iPhone that texts me, it do not come to my Android phones at all. So I don't even get text messages from Apple users on because I switched SIM so much from iOS to Android. I actually had to call Apple and tell them to, cancel.
To deregister you.
Yeah. So I don't even do that anymore. So I just let it sit. And so I don't even get text messages from people. Like people that got iPhone that text me on my Galaxy Note 9, I never get them. And people say, I've been texting you all day. Hey, listen, I don't get them. I don't get it. But when I put the SIM in the iPhone, all the text messages come through. Yeah, so
got it. And for those of you taking it super serious in the chat, it's a joke. Lighten up. I clearly respond to people who don't have iPhones. It is a little bit of a nuisance because I'm so used to just using iMessage and a lot of the built-in functionality. Like if I see something, I have an Apple Watch. So if you message me and you say something funny and I tap back, ha ha, then you get a text message that says, Sharice tapped back or Sharice laughed at, and then it gives you back your message again. Like I have to immediately and constantly like switch how I can even communicate on my own device because iMessage has features that don't play well with SMS messages. That's all. It really isn't that big of a deal.
And Apple doesn't fix that on purpose?
I don't think it's a thing to fix. It's built into iMessage. I can't be mad about Facebook Messenger features that don't work in Instagram. You know what I mean? It's
not that.
Platform.
The fact that when you get the text messages, they're not always in chronological order. Just fix that part.
It's just compatible to Apple. But my issue with the green bubble is that somebody could be texting me and I'm not getting everything. So I have to sit my phone down and I just have to wait for it to come through. It doesn't mean I don't answer it. It just means I got to wait. Whereas somebody who has an iPhone and they have iMessage or iPad or whatever, we can respond right back to each other really quickly. I just have to wait for green bubbles. I will respond, but I got to wait. Sometimes I got to wait to the point if I'm doing something else, my attention is distracted. Or sometimes I can answer right away, but I just got to wait for it to come in.
Yeah, I don't get like I say, if I'm rocking an Android phone as my main device, if I put my main SIM in there, I do not get no text messages from Apple people. So my phone don't blow up. And the reason why is because I got to call and do the D thing, I got to deactivate, but I don't do that because I switch back to Apple. And if I switch back to the iPhone with my main SIM, then I'm good to go. And it's going to do it anyway. So I don't even worry about it. I don't worry about it. I don't get text messages. So I don't trip. I don't care.
Yeah. People saying, why not just use another app? iMessage is built into my phone. If I don't have to use a third-party app and it uses my phone number, it's literally just there and working. It has a ton of built-in features. All these different apps on my phone have like iMessage specific apps that I can integrate right there without having to do anything extra. It doesn't cost anything. It doesn't require me to set up a new user account. It's just there. You know what I mean? Like I get what you're saying about being able to use something else, but if I have an iPhone and you have an iPhone and I could just talk to you on iMessage, it's significantly more convenient to me instead of having to go and open up another thing and then tell you have to download this other thing. That can be so cumbersome.
Well, in the Android ecosystem, they now come preloaded with Halo, and I don't know this other text.
Halo? Okay.
Halo and
I've been calling it Aloe, but it's Aloe.
No, it's Aloe. Okay. I'm sorry, it's Aloe.
Don't have me sounding stupid out in these streets. Like, tell me how it's said.
So like aloe vera.
It's Aloe. I don't know. I don't think anybody use Aloe. They try to push it, but no, I don't think nobody use it. I mean, people just use the regular text message app on Android. I mean, they come preloaded, just like everything else. I mean, I don't know. I try to start a group in Alo because it's a group thing. You can start a group, but it just didn't work that well. We started it, then we stopped. Like everybody is on Telegram. So we just Google Hangouts. I mean Google Plus. A lot of people on Google Plus, so people chit chat on Google Plus, and now with Facebook, people call you. I get phone calls from Facebook. Like
now we got somebody in the chat that has a check mark.
What's a check mark?
They're verified. It's JG Tech Vlog. He wants to know what is the biggest issue with Android phones.
Well,
count the ways.
Well, it's no issues with Android phones. It's no issues with Android phones. I think the people with a lot of people that love the Android ecosystem, they love it. There's no problem with Android phones. People that love iPhones and then the iOS ecosystem, they love it. It's a lot of people try to cause beef between iOS and Android, and it's really no beef because guess what? At the end of the day, Samsung and Apple is laughing because they got money. They get our money and they get free advertisement because every time we fuss about it, they get paid because people say, you know what? I need to try this phone, so they go and buy it. And Apple like, thank you. Tim Cook like, hey, I'll stock this one up.
So check mark means 100,000 subs. Awesome, JG.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
People are saying fragmentation. I agree.
Yeah.
No, the
one thing on Android is different for each and every phone.
Yeah, the problem with Android is that they can't even get to double digits on updates. I mean, what phone is running Android 7.0, 8.0, right? I mean, what is it, like under 20%? And now we got Android 9 out. And so if Android 8 is on 30% of Android phones, Android 9 is on what, 2%? They only got like 3 devices that's running Android 9. And the operating system been out over a month. So we about to hit 2019. And we're gonna have phones that came out in 2018, still running. It's gonna be running outdated operating system. Let's call it how we see it. If Android 9 is out, that means that anything that's running Android 8,
and beat the purple one. I did it. I beat the purple one. Okay, go play.
Go play, please.
So
that's about a video game. I'm sorry.
No, it's all good. That means that any phone that's running Android 8 is
Close the door.
Right? Kimmy, you agree with me?
I couldn't hear you. I'm sorry.
I've said that people's asking the question, what's wrong with Android? And a lot of people say fragmentations and updates. And I say that since Android 9 is out, that means that any phone that's running Android 8 is outdated. I mean, we got the Galaxy Note 9 that came out 3 weeks ago and it's running 8.1. And we got Android.
I was going to say that means virtually almost all the phones out there.
That means that every phone that's out is outdated.
Yeah.
Can be acting like one of those kids in class and all of a sudden the teacher calls on you and you're like, that
was me. I was like, I'm enjoying my water. I couldn't hear nothing.
So come next week, iOS on the 17th, every iPhone will get updated. From the iPhone 5S all the way to the iPhone 8 will have iOS 12. That right there just slapped the shit out of Android right there. So you mean to tell me from iOS, whatever it was running, because we talking about the 5S, that was running like what, iOS.
Okay, I got a question, Eric, because Lulu said that's not true. I want to know what's not true about what you said about the phones not being updated. Because in my opinion, it's true.
Right. Well, what I'm saying by not being updated,
I'm agreeing with you. I'm talking about Lulu in the chat. It's so saying it's not true.
Not true. Okay, so this say
besides like the Essential phone and what other phone? Pixel.
That's it.
Yeah. What other phones updated?
None. I think OnePlus is still running beta, but the official version never came out yet. What's wrong with it? I'm gonna tell you what's wrong with it. If you have a computer that's running Windows 7 and everybody else running Windows 10, that's the problem. Period. That's the closest I can get to it. If you're running Windows 8.1 and every computer that you buy that's coming out running Windows 10, that means you're not getting the features and enhancement in the security of Windows 10. That's exactly the point. If you have a Mac and come the 17th, you will be running Mojave. Period. That's the closest I can explain to why, to me, I like updates is what I gauge Android on. And a lot of people, Android purists, disagree with me. But most Android purists...
She responded, or he, Lulu. The Note experience is far more advanced than Android Pie. I can't speak on that. I don't have a Note 9. So that's for y'all to dish out.
But should we still give it a pass, though?
Yeah, I love the
that's what I'm saying
too. But I wish I could get updates every month or every 2 weeks, like the Pixel does.
Right, and that's the whole thing.
I get mostly security updates.
Yeah, most Android purists will always get a stock Android phone, ugly or not ugly. The Pixel will be in their hand because Android purists want their updates. They want the latest and greatest operating system. They want it on time. They get it on time with a Pixel. Same thing with iOS people. So iOS iPhones is just like a Pixel. We all know how that works. iOS 12 comes out, iPhones will get it. Android 9 come out, the Pixel will get it. That's how it works. Everybody else is behind the 8-ball. They're in the back of the bus. So that's how that works. And come 2019, you might start seeing some phones get updated to Android 9. But here's the problem. About time most phones get updated to Android 9, Android 10 will be coming out. So
can I say something?
Behind, yeah.
This is my Note 9. I'm on the latest version. All right. My security update is July 1st, 2008.
Wow.
And we are in September.
And we're in September, in the middle of September.
That is the problem.
That is a problem. Right now,
both of my Huawei's get monthly updates, security updates at least.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And they're imports. They're not even American phones.
Yeah. So right now, this brand new phone that I paid $1,377.78 for is not as secure as I would like to think.
I mean, Samsung go say, well, hey, we got Samsung Knox. You don't need Android security.
Am I gonna put all of my apps in the Knox? Am I gonna put it all in the secure folder?
Well, see, that's what 90% of Android people always tell me that updates is not important to them. That's just like Lulu said it.
That is not true, Lulu. You do not know about security. We need these updates because hackers are always trying to figure out how to get into people's phones. If you go to techmeme.com, just about every 2 weeks, there's something new that's happening where something is compromised, and we need these type of updates, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah.
And I mean, look, don't get me wrong. I know what everybody always say. Well, I'm whining about updates. Listen, that's why I got an iPhone. Because when I whine about updates, I just grab an iPhone, and that's people get pissed off about that. Well,
and you said that there's no such thing as security. Man. Okay, there's no such thing as 100% security, but why widen the margin of error? You know, let's close the gap as much as possible. And unfortunately, Samsung is not doing their due diligence.
Well, the problem is that they don't care. Once they give you the phone, they're done. They're on to the next thing.
Yeah,
that's basically this. Call it how we see it.
Mm-hmm.
And then since Android people don't care about updates, they don't give them to you. Android people will tell you, I don't care about updates, my phone is working fine, until that app start crashing.
Yep.
Then they start complaining.
And then it starts getting slow.
Then it starts getting slow. Then they complain. That's the whole thing. If you go back, and people have been saying this for years, people go back and talk about Android 5. I ain't worried about no updates. Try to run today's apps on an Android 5 phone and see if it will work. But you're complaining about updates. What if they don't never update their phone? App developers update their apps to work on that specific operating system. Yes, it does work on legacy devices, but the main purpose of that app being updated to the latest and greatest code, the code, So if you're running older code, that means that that app will not work as good as it would on a newer operating system. It's just that simple, basically. So any phone that's running Android 6 or 5 or 4, today's apps probably won't work on them. So when you cry about updates, that's the reason why. It's not because of today. It's because of next year, the year after. If you say you want to keep that phone for 5 years, you say, I'm keeping my Galaxy Note for 5 years. Yeah, try it. Try it. And you're not complaining about updates. That phone stuck, this said the phone says stuck on Android 8.
Yeah.
5 years from now, we're going to be on Android, what, 13, 14. That means that the apps that's running on Android 8 would not work as good, and your phone would run like shit. Yeah. But this is why it's important for updates. People be tripping me out about that. But listen, I ain't nobody. I got 3 college degrees in computer science. I ain't nobody. I don't know.
And just to make a point too, nobody's saying that the Note 9 sucks.
Nobody's saying
that Samsung is better than Apple, that Apple is better than Samsung. That is all suggestive. But what we are saying is that there's a glitch in the matrix, okay? And that glitch is the fact that we're supposed to be getting updates and we're supposed to be secure, and we are not. And so we need to hold these companies' feet to the fire, because if we don't, then they'll just do whatever they want, and we won't be secured, and we won't be getting the best product that it can be. And so all we're asking you is like they said, like Aretha Franklin said, a little bit of RESPECT. And you're not respecting me because my shit right now is being compromised.
Well, but here's the thing. If you spend $1,500 on a phone, here's my problem. You spend $1,500 on a phone, why would you not want updates? That blows me. Yeah. Right? If people giving it a pass, like, I'm gonna spend $1,500 on the Note 9 and I ain't worried about updates. You gotta be kidding me, right?
Yeah.
You mean tell me I'm spending $2,000 on the phone and I'm gonna sit up there and be naive and say I'm not worried about updates. That to me, it's like you giving Samsung, just give them $2,000. Just give it to them. Just give it to them. Just say, listen, I don't want the Note 9, but I'm gonna give you $2,000. Just give it to them. You know, I mean, I see what you're saying, Ace. I see what you're saying. Look, this is how me and Ace is. We agree to disagree, and because he's a Samsung guy, and I understand. You know, trust me. You know, me and Ace, we Ace boo-hoo. Me and Ace are always like that, right? But I'm just saying that for $1,000, you should demand more out of a company if they don't give the phone TLC.
And I am demanding more.
That's all I'm saying. The question is, if Apple could do it, why other phones can't? That's the whole thing. If Apple could do it, why they can't do it? That period.
Well, that's an easier answer. Apple's the one that makes Apple phones. So Apple can push an update to all of Apple's phones. I think it's a little bit more difficult when you have so many different players on the field to be able to push the updates. At least that, for me, from a mainly Apple user's perspective, and say in Android's defense, I guess it might just be a little bit more difficult to disseminate that information over, 100 different types of Android devices versus just, okay, we have control over iPhone servers. Bam, here's an update for all of you people. So I don't know. Maybe that's just always been my take on it, is maybe it's just a little bit more difficult because there are so many different manufacturers. However, on that same token, from hearing you guys talk about it for the last year or so, Samsung seems to be, and obviously is, one of the biggest players in the Android market. So why are they not kind of prioritized and at the top of the list? And I see Ace saying kind of repeatedly in the chat that app developers kind of for Android focus on which ones use the most. Well, to that end, I would still argue, why is the one that's not used the most recent version? That to me feels like it's hindering and limiting what app developers can truly do. They can't take advantage of all of the awesome features that Android rolls out with every year if it's not even on most of the phones. So it feels like it's more of a limitation than something to be proud of. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And that's the whole point. And you make that is the most perfect point that I want to make. If Apple can do it all the way to the 5S, it's no excuses. I listen. People can say what they want in the chat. I don't care. Listen, it ain't got nothing to do with nothing. If Apple can do it, why other OEMs can't do it? That's it. Period. That's the end of the story. You could talk about Knox. You could talk about Android security updates. You could talk about all kinds of other stuff. If Apple can do it, why other people can't do it? Why is it that Android right now is at the bottom of the barrel?
Huawei could do it, and they're not even.
Huawei can do it.
Why can't Samsung do it?
Right. That's what you do right now. Just shoving it up the rear.
Real quick to respond to these 1,000 comments. Obviously, Apple doesn't make every single piece of the phone, but it's still Apple's iPhone. Apple controls their iPhones. I'm not saying Apple manufactures all the chips and the screen and the battery and every single component that goes into it. Like, stop taking what I'm saying quite so literally and hear the bigger picture of what I'm saying. Apple makes iPhones. Samsung doesn't make iPhones. Huawei doesn't make iPhones. Motorola doesn't make iPhones. Apple makes iPhones is what I mean. So Apple can control pushing those updates to Apple's iPhones because Apple is the one that controls the iPhones. That was my point, not trying to say, which obviously all of us in here know Apple doesn't make every single component in the iPhone. That wasn't my point. I just wanted to respond to that here because there were so many comments that obviously wasn't what I was trying to say.
Well, I think we got off the wrong rail here. A lot of majority of everybody that's in the comments are all Android fans, and this is an Apple show. This is an Apple show, and when you talk about Apple and you don't have majority of the people that's in the stream is not Apple users, they get upset. And I understand that if iOS is doing things a little bit better in software than Android, people get upset about it. Not saying that Apple is perfect in a lot of different things. I disagree with a lot of things that Apple do. I mean, Apple don't have DeX. Apple don't have this. Apple don't have that. I understand that because the Galaxy Note devices have all of that. It gives you everything. We understand that when it comes down to cameras and all that stuff like that. You got a lot of phones in the Android ecosystem. It's king supreme. So, but when we was talking about the Galaxy Note 9, we went hard on Apple because that's how we do it. And then now we got an Apple show, and we got 670 people in here, and 69 of them are all Android fans. So, you know, besides Corey, the only one Apple fan that's in the building. So
you're holding it down.
When you got
Timothy,
Android people, and you say anything about Android, then you got the Android fans coming to the building, telling me to do my homework. Again, here we go. We get somebody that's insulting me. Here we go. I'm getting the insult again, right, from somebody that's new. And at least they ain't calling me no idiot, so I'll let it through. I ain't tripping. I can take constructive criticism. Yeah. But I'm just saying, like, you know, I read the comments.
And just point blank period, we give credit where credit
is due.
And we take away credit where credit shouldn't be given.
Right. And I make,
for example, I think at a $1,500 price point for an iPhone XS Max, a wireless charger should be in that box. I think that for iPhones this year to be starting at $1,000, the bare minimum you could have done with my 64 gig $1,000 iPhone was put a wireless charger in my box. Like, come on. That's all I'm asking. I'm not asking for a lot. I'm giving you $1,000. You could have done that. You know what I mean? It's not, I don't think Apple's infallible. I was just responding to that one thing. That's all.
And you know what kills me? You got YouTube channels like Apple Pro, Tale of Tech. All these guys is pure Apple people. And it kills me when I read the comments and you got Android fans and they're going crazy. But Samsung been doing it for 6 years. But this is an Apple channel. Yes. That's what I'm like. It blows me away when you have Android fans and Pacific Apple channels, And they go to, but Samsung been doing this for 20 years. Apple just not catching on. I'm saying to myself, but you are on a Apple channel.
What do you expect?
What you expect him to say? They gonna glorify Apple. It's an Apple channel.
It's in the title.
It's in the title. I'm an Apple sheep. I'm an Apple purist. I'm an Apple fanboy. I'm an Apple fanboy. And Android people go in Apple videos and go off in the comments. I'm saying to myself, now, wait a minute, that don't look right. I mean, that's why Easy Computer Solution does everything.
Like, you know, but they're still gonna tell you don't know about anything, Eric.
Yeah, I know. I get that. Look, it was so funny. I made the video. Do not buy the Galaxy Note 9 yet. I put it in big letters, right? Yet. And people go ape shit about that. Oh, because optical image stabilization. I don't shake my phone. I don't shake my phone. I don't know why you even made this video. Why you made this video? I don't shake my. And people going crazy like iPhone's camera shaking. I'm like, no, they don't. I don't have not one phone out of 90 phones that I got sitting on this table. I don't have not one phone besides Galaxy phones that shake. And hey, it is what it is.
You had me shaking all my phones that day. I was like,
damn, that's what I'm saying.
Did you take down that video, Eric?
No, I didn't take down the video. No, I didn't take down the video.
I didn't see it. Where is it?
It's in there. I didn't take down the video. I'm just saying that.
Oh, okay.
It's no big deal. I still use Galaxy phone. I'm wearing the Galaxy Note 9 for Christ's sakes, right? People criticize me, say I got paid by Apple. Oh my God, I got paid. How much did Apple pay me to make that video? And I'm wearing Galaxy Note 9 shirts. How much did it? And I'm saying to myself, okay, I just made a video. I just bought awareness. It wasn't about criticizing nothing. I made a video about 60 frames per second. How many videos have I made about that? People was pissed off at me because I made that video. And now people saying that, okay, we know it's a problem with 60 frames per second, but I went through it. Oh my God, people just slammed me forever and ever. And I'm saying to myself, I just made a video just giving people awareness. The video was awareness. It's not me telling nobody that I hate Samsung. It's just like, I just made a video, folks. Yeah. And people was like, why are you shaking the phone? Don't shake the phone. I'm like, okay.
I shook all of my Samsung phones and all of them rattled. My S8, my Note 7 didn't rattle. My S8, my Note 8, my S9 Plus, all rattled. All rattled.
Yeah.
And somebody said, don't drop your phone then.
I got so many comments for that video. People saying that all the iPhones do it, and that is incorrect. Please, people, do not put those type of comments in when you don't even have an iPhone and you say that the iPhone camera rattle. Because I got tons of comments about that, and I'm saying to myself, okay, I have every iPhone from the rudder to the tutor, and none of them's rattled.
Right. I don't. None of my iPhones have rattled.
Not one.
None.
But they blame Apple. It's Apple fault. Apple phones do it too. That's what people say. Well, easy. You shake an Apple phone, and I did it in the video. I did it in the video. I did it in the freaking video. I took an iPhone 8 and it didn't rattle. And like people like, well, the iPhone rattle. I heard it. Okay. I'm like, okay. And look, for everybody, look, it was so funny. People was putting in the comments saying that the Galaxy Note 9 doesn't rattle. Shout out to everybody that was leaving me links saying it's out there. Samsung put it in their disclaimers that you will hear rattling noise on the Galaxy Note 9 because of how they designed the phone. Okay, so it's on the rattle. That's it. I don't know. But I mean, I wouldn't think that nobody would rattle your phone. Baby. Don't give it to a baby. I don't think nobody would rattle your phone. It's just for funny for me. Like, you know, it was just like, I'd be like, yeah, all right, cool.
Or just turn the camera on when you're gonna rattle it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Just turn the camera on before you shake it. Yeah. It is what it is. It's funny. I found myself on YouTube, guys, that things changed after a while. After I I'm not even classified as a big YouTube channel. I don't know why people classify me. I'm a small YouTube channel, and but God, I have to. You just have no idea how much I have to study and chill and have thick skin and you know, because people come at me hard sometimes. I don't know. They're like, damn.
It's like Love Mama. She's so funny. She said, "Of course, the phone that wasn't the phone that was recalled doesn't rattle."
But you know what's so funny? I promise you, if I would have made a video about an iPhone rattling, oh, the Android people would have been in droves. I told you it sucks. I told you it sucks. Didn't I tell you iPhone sucks? If the iPhone camera would have rattled, oh my God, the people would have been. Gee, I told you Android the best. Didn't I tell you that? But the iPhone didn't rattle, so they ain't got nothing to complain about. It was funny. I laugh about it. I got some threats from that video too. So.
I believe it.
Yeah, I got threats from that video. That's crazy, but it is what it is. It is what it is. All right, so you know we here having so much fun. Let's see. I believe the rattle isn't a deal breaker, and Don say that. A lot of people say that. People say that you know, rattling is no deal breaker. It's just optical image stabilization that's rattling, and so. It is what it is. Like the phone gonna be fine. That's what they say, and I'm cool with it. I won't rattle my phone. I just think that if Samsung intentionally made that design, that the optical image stabilization move and rattle when it is not on, then is it? I don't know. I'm questioning the design, how the phone is built. Right. That's all I'm saying. I mean,
I don't think it was intentional. I think that's just an excuse. That seems weird.
I mean, I mean, is it a design flaw or they did it intentionally because they're the only ones that's doing it? Ain't no iPhones doing it. I'm just saying. Like,
it seems like it's a design flaw. Like, I feel like maybe they put most of their money in production into like other things rather than the design. They have to cut back somewhere. So you hear rattling.
Yeah, and I shout out to TK. He was making a comment about the S Pen and about the rattling on his phone. So you know, he was concerned about it because he mentioned it too, about the rattling and stuff like that. And I was shocked because first thing I said when I saw somebody talk about the S Pen and talk about the I'm like, nah, not my phone. That's the first thing I thought about. I'm like, nah, not my phone. So I was like, I pulled it out. I did that. I'm like, wait, whoa, what the hell? Hey, what the fuck? Hey, whoa, I'm telling you, I was like, hold on a second. I'm like, wait a minute, my phone, what the hell going on with this phone? Like, I mean, you can hear it just, and it's like, I'm like, nah, man, come on now. I mean, I got the phone, pretty beautiful, but he's shaking. It sounds like a toy. I'm like, oh man. I was like, nah. I don't know. Let's see. That isn't the first Android phone who optical image stabilization rather. I think the Exxon did. Oh, I don't know. I'll have to go back. Listen, I left that crap alone because people pissed off at me about it. I left it alone.
How much money though? That was a cheap phone, wasn't it?
Yeah, like $300.
Yeah.
Yeah, I left it alone. I leave when people get outraged over a video, I leave it alone because people get in their feelings. Mm-hmm. You know, I mean, they get all in their feelings. You know,
oh my God! They're all in their feelings. Some encouraging words.
They're all in their feelings.
Sorry, Ashley. You said you're gonna go from micro to small. Wow! The comment of the night, Savage. Oh my God! You freaking crack me up, man. Do you feel encouraged, Ashley?
I do. You know, I'm happy whoever's watching my channel. I'm like, yes.
You will grow from micro to small real soon. So what that mean?
Because she said she's a micro channel.
It's like you grow from like being like an atom to like a part of like a cellular like form, and soon I will be a system, but I am not.
Mitochondria.
Yes.
Yes.
Hey, Uno, nice.
Hey, Uno.
Uno, nice.
Hey, oh my God. Uno Nice, he commented on my video. He gave me a thumbs up, even though he said it wasn't for him, but I appreciate it. I already know makeup isn't you guys' gig or anything like that, but I appreciate the love. Thank you so much, Uno Nice.
Yeah, but you know, most of the guys just got to give it to the ladies, you know, let the ladies, the girlfriends, watch the channel. So that's good, you know. We got a couple of ladies that come through, you know, so they all come to y'all channels and subscribe and watch y'all videos.
And for those who don't have any ladies, but instead have their own ladies of the night, show your ladies of the night.
Yes.
All the ladies.
Wow.
Actually, that's even better if you have ladies of the night, because you're reaching multiples. So please share.
Absolutely. And she has some wonderful wearable looks that'll help you tone down, but still pop.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think they will remove the headphone thing? That was rumored. And guess what? All the rumors that we had, some of them did come true, but it's rumored that the iPad would not have a headphone jack. So it is.
Oh wow!
They go Ace. They go Ace.
Oh wow!
Gary Brown say he ain't buying no makeup from no hoe. Nobody's telling you to buy makeup.
No, show her the channel.
Gary, you don't have to buy it for her. Just tell her to subscribe. And whatever she makes of it, God bless her. But if she can't make anything of it, it's fine. You know, you can still call her.
Gary Brown be going hard now.
Yes.
Gee whiz. Gary, you gotta go get Kiki.
God bless Gary Brown. He said, "Oh, okay, my bad."
Dang, he was hard.
Yeah. All right, so we got to get ready for Bixby. You got Bixby 1.0.
Get Bixby ready now.
Uh-oh, where my phone that just came on? Sorry, Bixby. See, I say Bixby. Bixby, please unlock your phone.
Bixby's so desperate. She's like, "You need something."
Bixby. Bixby. Oh, okay,
we're gonna do this again.
Hey, Bixby. Hey, Bixby. See, Bixby don't work. Took a long time. You took a long time.
I need your permission to continue.
Oh, she's submissive now.
Hey, shit. Allow flight stats. What is flight stats to access your data? See that? Bixby say allow. What is flight stats? See, that's something new. They don't say Samsung.
The fuck I know.
That's a flight stats. See? That's a flight. Wait. I just talked to Bixby, and Bixby said allow flight stats to access my go to privacy. Hey, what's going on with Bixby? I just asked Bixby a question and said I got to give you permission. Nah, I don't think so. Deny.
I need a carrier and flight number or a departure/arrival.
Oh, you going on a flight?
Oh, I'm going on a flight.
Oh, where you going, Aaron?
I don't know where I'm going. That Bixby
I need
missed.
a carrier and flight number or a departure.
Did she pay for your flight?
She wants you to book her flight.
Okay, canceled.
Woo, boy, these assistants is not there yet. It's not there yet.
Roll call.
Roll call.
Hold on, I forgot my password.
Google Gaga. Nah, if hey Corey, sorry, the iPhone might suck. Hey, no. Hold on, wait a minute, Lulu, please watch my video. I got a video explaining what's going on with the iPhone mics. They don't suck. The iPhone mics are directional. I made a video about this. I had people every time I made a camera review video, and when it came down to the iPhone mics, it was always low and distorted. The reason why is because when you're using the front facing, using the rear camera and doing commentary in the back of the phone, the mics are low. I made a video about this because I walked around the phone and I was talking as I walked around the phone, and as the rear camera was on, the mic was picking up much louder as I was behind the phone, and when I got to the front-facing camera of the phone, the mics was low. So to me, what happened, and it's the same thing that's going on with the HTC U12 Plus, because people were saying that in the comments, what the mics are garbage. That's not correct. For some strange reason, when you got the rear cameras on, the front-facing camera, the front-facing mics or something doesn't work. They get shut off or something. I'm not saying that it's directional mics. That's all I can say. You know what, Lulu? I agree with you, because if you a tech reviewer like myself, or if you filming somebody and you're doing commentary, the mics will be low. And that's something that maybe Apple could fix, because HTC U12 got the same problem. The same problem. Because people was going off on the HTC U12 Plus about how low the mics was, and come to find out it's directional mics also. No fluffing easy. I'm not fluffing it. Listen, I'm not fluffing it. Oh, no. Listen, time out. I'm not fluffing it. I'm just giving it. I'm not saying that I agree with it, because Samsung mics are good. You could be in front of the phone or behind the phone and you go get good audio. It don't matter. But on some phones, like the iPhones and the HTC phones, they got directional mics. They want to, I don't know what's the thought process, because if you're doing commentary behind the phone, the mics are low. So, yeah, it's the same problem, but I don't know. I'm not fluffing it, though. I'm just giving the direction. So you got to stand in a certain direction. No, listen, I got videos. Watch my YouTube channel. I got videos explaining all of that. Yeah.
I wouldn't necessarily say it is 100% just directional, because we do a lot of videos, like on Sundays at church, for example. We run the media team, so we do a lot of like live videos, or videos rather, for Instagram stories, and those don't sound like trash at all. And that mic will be facing me, like if I'm holding it, like someone would be to record you in front of me, it doesn't end up sounding like trash. It cuts out a lot of background noise. I mean, I have heard people say that, and I'm not saying it doesn't happen. It's perfect. iPhone mics are perfect. Like, I'm not saying that, but I am saying it's not 100% just, oh, it's directional. If your phone's pointed this way, you can only get sound from that way. You know what I mean? I think it's more circumstantial and a little more nuanced than just that.
It was just a little low. It was just a little low when you like if the rear camera is on and you're behind the phone, it was just a little low compared to being in the front of the direct in front of the phone. So yeah, that's all.
I got you. I'm just responding to the mics suck. They're awful.
Oh, they don't suck. They don't suck. No, they don't
like,
suck.
That's not the case at all.
Yeah. They don't suck. The mics don't suck. It just, that's why I use wireless mics now. So I don't even worry about it. I use wireless mics, so I ain't tripping. Yeah.
Uno Nice is clutching his triple down pearls. He said, Tech Valor, hold up. You got an iPhone? Oh my goodness, LMAO. I'm done, LOL. Where were you? I made a big announcement. The reason
he wasn't here earlier.
Yeah, he just came in.
Like about a month and a half ago, I made the announcement.
Yeah, but you say things sometimes.
I guess he doesn't watch the replay. I will tell you why, Uno Nice, and I have no problem saying it. The reason why I'm getting an iPhone is because Samsung don't care about black people. Okay, when I made my AR emoji, all right, and they put locks on me, it had men's locks, not women's locks, and I specifically put that I was a female. So I had the half of my head was shaved off in the back. fuck you. And then when I try to make an AR emoji, my nose is supposed to be, you know, like a flat nose. That is part of my African features that I have inside of me. And it makes it like I have 3 nostrils. So I'm going the emoji route. I even got the Note 9. I tried out that new shit. It didn't work. They still had the ugly haircut for people with locks. So I'm taking my ass over and getting myself an expensive Memoji machine.
I hear you, girl.
Hey, I refuse to do the Samsung emojis because I've seen so much all over the internet that it does look really bad. I mean, it does. I mean, Samsung got to do 2.0 on that.
Yeah, everything look high. None all there, and then they even messed up on the Disney ones. Why do you get the Disney ones wrong? And yo, I saw the Disney princesses on Memoji. I hope Pocahontas is there. That's my favorite princess. So yeah, I'm very excited.
Oh man,
we gotta do
the roll call.
Roll call.
Yes,
right.
Please roll call.
Roll call.
Easy Computer Solutions, Scrumptious Kimmy, Ashley Morgan, Emily D. Baker-esque, The Tech Couple, Timothy Baxter, Mark Toronto, 10-Minute Tech Reviews, Matt Cook, Technical ID Savage, Scientist, Redbird, GJ3K, Entertainment Videos, Tech Rant, Dexter Cumberbatch, Total Tech, Pamela Goodman, Big House Production, Sylvain Alleyne, Tony Healy, Anthony Belter, Chibote, Sereno Pittman, Eric Drummond, Viper, Sean Vega, Velez, Sereno, Pittman, Tarell Walker, John Mooring, Frank Bathiax, Forbes Tech. Reviews, Kia Billingsley, Everyday Tech, Brian, Tran, Eden Kulazik, Mulligan Project, Musis Me Sewell, Michael, Stylianu, Martin, McCain, Alpha Rakama, Mrimrate, Will Johnson, GG Productions, Gary Brown, Lulu, Will, H Tech, Review, Tech, Love and Mama, Albert U, Anthony, Cooper, JG Tech Blog, Spike 626,721, Tutorialic, David John, Bra, Daven, Habati, Loyalty Mean, Everything Anonymous Big John Tech Reviews.
Don't ever change, Bigsby. Don't ever change.
No, wait, Bixby 2.0 don't do that, right?
Yo, Bixby 2.0 is dumber than Bixby.1. Remember when I could clear the cache by telling her to do so? Yeah. You don't do that on 2.0. I need to make a video of how Bixby got dumber because she did.
Damn.
She did dumber.
That's how it is. First of all, I want to give, hey, Kimmy, be safe out there. She got a hurricane that's coming her way. Category 4.
Oh my goodness! Yes,
so be safe out there in your neck of the woods over there because it's coming. I would figure that.
Yeah, school is closed tomorrow and Friday. I still have work, but court is closed tomorrow. So,
are you more inland?
Yeah, we're not near the coast.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah,
there's a lot of rain though.
Yeah, no, we're maybe like an hour from.
She's an hour north from me.
Yeah, we're an hour north, and they already have an early dismissal tomorrow, and I'm sure schools are going to be closed Friday here too, because this thing is supposed to be a monster. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be bad. So just keep us updated. Keep us updated on all everything that's going on.
Well, it's changed every morning. Every morning it's had a new path. It's been ridiculous. Because at first it was headed their way. It was headed up north first. Yeah.
Guys, change up. Hey, you never can know what Mother Nature's gonna do. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So I'll be praying for you guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
Appreciate it.
All right, ladies. Another episode of Wild Wednesdays in the books. Oh, time go by fast when you're having fun, and we had a lot of fun tonight. It's still iPhone season, so hopefully by next Wednesday we go see what else is going on, and we go talk a little more tech, a little more whatever we need to talk about. Don't forget about every Wednesday night. If you're not subscribed to People Channel, make sure you subscribe to everybody channel. This is Wild Wednesday. This is Eric from Easy Computer Solutions. And I'm dropping a video tomorrow. Obviously, I drop videos every day. So if you're subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit the bell. And I got some fresh content coming out. See y'all guys next week. Peace. I gotta do the thumbnail.